Next is Dhamma. What is Dhamma? Having a say over your senses. Do we always have a say over our senses?
No.
Yeah. It's 11 in the night, 11:30 in the night. You say, oh, I'm tired, I want to sleep. But the TV serial is so nice. Just keep one eye open and watch. No, but I'm feeling so sleepy. Okay, keep the other eye this time open and watch.
Or WhatsApp message.
One WhatsApp message came. Oh, I can't read also. I'm like so sleepy. No, but this is important. I need to see. She went here to this market. She bought this. Wow, this is so beautiful. But I'm very sleepy. No, one more message. Yeah, then Facebook. I don't know what else. Twitter.
YouTube.
YouTube is the new thing. Totally lost in something or the other. Have you noticed? We don't have a say over our senses. Our senses lead us into different directions. When we become very strong, 11 o'clock means lights out. I don't care who has sent a WhatsApp message or who has called or what TV serial is going on or the most beautiful woman is on TV. I am going to sleep right now. I just give you a very simple, harmless example. You do a lot of harm to yourself. Have you noticed?
How is Vasana different from Dhamma then? Because Vasanas are...
Dhamma is having a control over your senses.
Yeah, but Vasanas actually causes... Your intelligence is not strong enough. That's the reason you are getting slave to your Vasanas, right? So, having control over Vasanas is Dhamma?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, but now we are only concentrating on the 5 senses. That is where the word Dhamma is used. The next word is Shama. That is having control over the mind. So Vasanas are from the senses also. Vasanas come from the mind also. So now we are going deeper and deeper. Detailed. Yeah, so what are the 5 senses? I just gave you an example of sense of sight, sense of sound. She says this. She said this to me today. Yeah, early morning she must have said. It's late in the night. Full day I've been thinking about. She said this. She said this. Have you noticed that broken record? You want to sleep? Okay, I'm going to sleep. She said this. Then I said this. Let me sleep. She said this. Then I said this. Then this happened. Are you noticing? Then you say I don't get enough sleep. I'm worrying in the night. Why? Lack of Shama. Are you getting it? Which sense is this? Sense of sound. It doesn't mean I'm just listening to it physically. I have stored it in my head and I'm talking to myself is also sense of sound. Got it? It's not that I'm just watching TV. TV is off. I'm going to sleep, but I'm constantly fantasizing or reliving what I watched on TV. I'm still stuck in the sense of sight. Yeah.
In that you said thoughts are images, also sounds.
Yes, they are sounds. It is noise. Basically, all that is noise. Getting done with noise.
So images are tied to sight. So sound to...
Image is also of the sound. It's an image in the mind. Yeah. Understand, image is not as gross as this image. In your mind, you have images of sounds. You have image of touch. You have image of sex also. It's an image. And you have an impression of the experience of that climax. And you're holding on to it. Understood now? That image in the mind is different from this image on the wall.
Yeah, that's a much broader image.
Got it? It's very subtle. Like that only, sense of sight, sound, touch, taste. You have images of food. Gulab Jam. See how you all start smiling at the name mention of food, yeah? Yeah. So, you have to see where you get lost. Now, why have they separated the 5 senses and the mind? Why Shama and Dhamma?
My mind.
It could be all same, no?
My mind sensations could be combination of these senses, right? But the senses is purely on, if I'm hearing, it's control on senses. But when I'm thinking from my mind, it could be because of my sight, it could be because of something, it could be because of touch also. It's all a combination of things.
Okay. So now we'll go deeper into the mind. Mind. How many minds do you have? You have only one mind? Two minds.
So many minds.
How many minds? You have around 150 types of minds. Around, approximately. Yeah. We will just do a few because it's not possible to do 150 even over an entire weekend. Yeah. So we'll just look at a few types of mind. Just a few. What is it that you know? Few. Give me an example.
The judgmental mind.
No, let's start with basic.
Like and don't like.
Basic. I open my eyes as a fetus. Let's start with the beginning, okay? I'm a little fetus. I just open my eyes.
No, no.
Like-
What? Where does the function of the mind begin?
Light.
Sight.
Sight.
What is that called? What is that called? What you're saying?
Sight.
What is it called?
Senses.
Perceiving mind. I'm just perceiving data. Yeah? Basic type of mind we'll start with. Is this good enough?
Can you guys see something?
Perceiving mind. What is the meaning of perception?
Sensory.
Using all the five senses.
It's not gone into analyzing it. I'm just perceiving object. There is no analysis yet. Yeah, observing, okay, perceiving, just perceiving data is all that is there. Yeah? Is this just one type? Types of perception? So that means how many types of perception? 5 at least you know. Yeah? I'm not writing the full words. Sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. 5 types of perceiving mind. Yeah? Understood the 5 at least from the senses? Is there anything more that comes under the perceiving type of mind?
How about emotional perception?
Thought and emotion. Yeah? So this is happening at the mind level. This is all mind only, the types of mind. Mind level. Well, you can call it emotion, but emotion and thought is the same. Let me explain this. What is emotion? What is emotion?
Sensations and thoughts.
A thought that I experience in the body is equal to emotion. What are chakras? Where the mind and the body meets, that area is called a chakra. Yeah? How many chakras have we learned? 7. What are they? At the base of the spine. What do you experience there? What emotion?
Heaviness.
2 types. Enthusiasm or lethargy.
So there is either lethargy or there is enthusiasm. Come higher to the genital area. Lust or creativity. Yeah. Come higher to the navel chakra. What do you experience?
Jealousy.
Greed and jealousy on the negative side, and positive
Generosity.
joy and generosity. Come to the heart. Love, fear and hatred. Throat, sadness or gratitude. Between the eyebrows,
Anger.
anger and
Awareness.
Awareness.
Focus.
Did you notice every time you come to the present, there is a pulsation that happens here? Yeah, when you're 100% here, when you're not in the dreamlike state at all, there's a slight pulsation. Yeah, that is the Agnya Chakra. And here, what do you experience?
Bliss.
Chakras are nothing but thought expressing itself through the body. And we call that emotion. Got it? Sensations translate into emotions when we keep giving them a lot of emphasis. So, finally, when we have to divide it, what will you call it? This is sight, smell, sound, taste and touch perceptions. Yeah? Thought perception, emotional perception. Yes. Got it? These are the types of perceiving minds. Are they done? Is the list done? In each of this, I have a yes mind and a no mind. Each of them. You remember yesterday we had the slide of the Democratic Party and Republican Party, or the armies, two armies. What happens in Parliament?
They clash.
Yeah, and then finally, what do? They vote.
Eyes and no.
Yeah, so there is a yes and there is a no. Yeah, in your each faculty of the mind, there is a yes mind and a no mind. Percentage varies. If your percentage is higher on the yes, you are going to move towards yes. If your percentage is higher towards the no, your decision is going to move towards no.
With Nakara, Chitta and Vidaya.
Now this is just perceiving mind. I'm not gone ahead. This is number one only. Yeah. So each yes and no. Huh? Now we go to processing mind. What is the meaning of processing? I perceive the data from the environment. Yeah. Object. Yeah. I process it. Color. Yeah. Human. Processing. Are you getting it? Perceiving. I just see object. Processing is just
Classification.
classifying or seeing what it is. That's it. In the processing mind, I process something. Red. T-shirt. Human. Yeah. Name Aditya. Then what happens? All this data goes and all this data is used by the calculating mind. Here I just say object, red, human,
Husband.
okay, husband. Yeah? Calculating mind puts plus, plus, plus and makes it equal to something in the bracket, whatever. Yeah. Good husband. Okay. Good husband, Aditya. Calculating mind's job is over.
Now I have it on tape, okay?
The whole weekend you made it worth it for them.
Now, the calculating mind, what does it do? It goes and it doesn't stop here. It goes to the memory. Yeah, and pulls up one impression, some impression from the past. Yeah, last time also he bought me a very lovely present. Extremely good husband. Yeah. So now, finally, the calculating mind says, not just good, extremely good.
Excellent.
Yeah. Got it? Yeah. Like this, your mind processes information. It's still not over. Wait. Yeah. Memory has lots of categories now. So now there is a memory from the previous last lifetime, past lifetime. You don't know it in words. Yeah, you don't understand it in words. It exists as an impression, an image. Yeah. So from a previous lifetime, we could have been two rabbits in the garden, in the jungle. Yeah, all the time together. So that impression of togetherness is there from a previous lifetime. Yeah, because of which this lovely, extremely great, my attachment is there. Are you getting this? Yeah. So past lifetime. Yeah. So in Sanskrit, if you know the language, it's so beautifully done. There are 3 past tenses. Yeah. Past, way in the past. There is a past tense. Then there is a past tense you use for, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. A different past tense of this lifetime. And a recent past, what happened yesterday, what happened day before. There are 3 past tenses in Sanskrit. Where have they come from? From this recognition of the sages, just in meditation, that our memory has 3 kind of compartments of the past. There is the past lifetime compartment of the memory. There is just a past compartment, and then there is a recent past compartment. You getting it? Their language also has the knowledge in it. It's so beautiful. Yeah? That's how our memory works. Our memory has these different, what do you say, types of memories or types of minds. Yeah? Our minds are of so many types. From memory, I pull up an impression. My calculating mind puts 2 and 2 together and creates a new impression. Yeah? So, there's no way to draw an impression. I'll just draw it like, yeah, an impression. This impression gives me a good feeling. Yeah, extremely great husband. And an impression comes up. This impression then goes into my sensation. There's a sensation or vedana which happens. What is the sensation I will experience from extremely good husband? Happy, pleasant sensation. Yeah? Or I will experience an, if something bad was there, then what would you experience? Unpleasant. So these are the 2 categories of, of the sensation mind. These are all types of minds. Are you getting it? We react to what? This sensation. Pleasant sensation, sensation of dukkha. Oh my darling, I love you. If there's an unpleasant sensation, go away. I don't want to see your face. What am I reacting to?
Sensation.
My own mind. I'm not reacting to the object at all. Are you seeing this? And this calculation could be something from the past lifetime. Have you noticed sometimes you just meet somebody, you've never seen this person ever in your life, and you feel an extreme aversion.
Yes.
You have no idea, you don't even know the name of the person. And you just have this extreme aversion. What is it? What kicked in? This past lifetime memory impression.
So the mistake is happening at processing and calculating part. Like just by perceiving, really nothing is being changed. While processing, things might go wrong. And apart from that, with my memory and everything, all the calculation done, it can go way off. And that's again I'm storing in my memory.
Correct. But now I have an impression from the past. I can't do anything about it. So the calculating mind will only bring up what is stored in my impression. So I can't do anything even about the calculating mind, because this is really happening at such a subtle level and at the speed of light. You don't even realize this process, do you? You don't, no? Aren't you like, oh my God? Sages have gone into meditation and recognize this is the process of the mind. Yeah, and I just told you 5. Imagine how will you see 150? Yeah? So this is what is happening at such a subtle level. I can't do anything at the calculating mind. Where can I do? Sensation. This is what I find tangible, because this happens at the speed of light. This I don't realize. This is where I can do something, because I react to the pleasant or I react to the unpleasant. Got it? So the reaction now, the reactionary mind. Reactionary mind. It's a separate mind from the sensation mind. This reactionary mind picks up at this pleasant and reacts. Yeah? Reacts whatever, unpleasant, sukha, and unpleasant, dukkha. Reactionary mind works from the sensation. Yeah? This is where I create my karma. At the reaction that I give out.
That is also very fast.
It is, of course, it is fast, but this is tangible, more tangible than these.
Yes.
This is not even tangible for me. Yeah, right now where we are, we don't know the mind so much, not done enough sadhana. This is going at the speed of light. Most tangible is when I experience that sensation in my body. The biochemical release, the anger coming up. Yeah, first tangible sign that I can experience is here. I am going to react. What do I have to do? This is where you have to cut it out. Got it? Yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's anger, whether it's hatred, whether it's jealousy, whether it is competition, whatever. Greed. Yeah, this is where you cut it out.
Is that the raga-dvesha?
Yes. When I react in a particular way, I'm reacting because I'm attached. I want this, I want this, I want this, or I don't want this, I don't want this. I'm creating impressions here. They go and get stored in my karma. That is another type of mind, where the impressions are stored. We call it the karma bank. Sages didn't call it the karma bank, it's just easier for us to remember. We call it the karma bank.
The impression came about, right? Right there.
Hmm.
So it created the raga dvesha.
Yeah. It
Again,
created sensation first.
And it ended up in reaction.
My reaction.
Right.
My reaction, my attachment creates the impression of raga dvesha, which goes and sits into my bag.
Back to this. Back to the
Yeah, into my memory. There are many.
memory.
Yeah, there are many compartments.
So it's a circuitous thing here.
Yeah.
There's a loop
There's a
that's
loop
going
here.
on.
Yeah. This goes into more details. You can go on the whole weekend and not complete it. Yeah? But at least understand the structure, the basic structure.
So broadly, we are talking about 5: perceiving mind, processing, calculating, sensation, and reaction.
So this memory is also mind only. Storing mind, call it the storage mind.
If the memory was not there as prevalent, these wouldn't have happened. Right?
Exactly. Calculating mind you will call as your intellect. Yeah. Memory you will call your storing mind is the memory. It stores all impressions. Everything comes under the gamut of the mind. Yeah, or the umbrella of mind. Understand this. Even ego is a part here. It's still not covered here. We'll come when we get to it. Right now, understand all these emotions that I keep swinging between are happening because of these minds. Now you understand why Shama and why Dhamma. Yeah, Dhamma is working at the perceiving level, having a say over the senses. I failed here, I've not managed at the Dhamma level, then I start working at the Shama level. Oh, this goes too fast for me to even manage. So now what do? This is where at the Shama level I can work between the sensations and the reactions. Clear?
The calculating mind is the intellect.
Intellect.
Yes.
Clear? Absolutely clear how this is working?
And this creates life and death cycle.
This whole drama creates the cycle of birth and death because of all the sukha and dukkha impressions that I collect in my karma bag.
And actually, the raga dvesha come much later.
Absolutely. First is the sensation. Is that pleasant sensation or that unpleasant sensation inside? That comes first. This all I cannot perceive. Especially something from the past lifetime, impossible for me to perceive. Yeah? Right now, I'm still not so graduated in meditation. I'm not a sage. So I cannot see. But once I graduate to that level, you can see your past lifetimes. You can come to that state. Takes time.
And identifying with all of this is the ego.
It's a heavier topic. We'll do it. Clear? Now you'll understand the other three. Very easy after you get this. Sukham and Dukkham. You already covered it. Yeah? I only do it because of my reaction to the sensory mind, the sensations. Yeah? Bhavo abhavo. That is having something and not having something. Here it is translated as birth and death. Having something, I have this life, I have people, I have friends, I have everything. Abhav is not having the material world. Yeah? Life or birth and death. Birth and death also he says are me only. Don't think of me only as birth. I am death too. I am Yama too. Yeah? Our problem is we only identify God with good, happy, happy, happy. Yeah, sane. But we think that the dacoit is not God, or a robber is not God, a thief is not God. This is a wrong perception. God is both. Yeah? People who could not digest this know how can God be, in the thief. It's not possible. So that means there is a devil, and the devil rules all these thieves, robbers, terrorists, rapists, gangsters, gundas, whatever. Oh, they have another god called Satan. And now Satan or devil is attacking God. So funny. How is it possible? There is no possibility of being outside this ocean. So how can that Satan exist outside the ocean when there is no outside? Not a possibility. Wake up. The truth is that both exist in the same ocean of God. Sukha, dukkha, right, wrong, dharma, Adharma, life and death. Everything is within God. Everything is there. Yeah? You think birth and death, no. Birth and death is what? The same wave rising in the same ocean and then playing and then falling in the same ocean. So wave thinks, oh my God, this was creation, this was birth. Until it's up in the air, it thinks this is life, and then the moment it dissolves back into the ocean, it thinks death. Your perception, it is the perception of the wave. We have to stop looking through the peephole and look from the purview of the ocean. Got it? Yeah, very simple, no? So just change these few weird concepts that you have, that God is one person or one idol or one, there's no one personality that you can attach to God. He's everything, all. Yeah? There's nothing like creation and destruction. Just because I see creation of this body and creation of this material world, I call it creation. Big Bang is not the beginning, you know that, right? Big Bang is just the beginning of this kalpa. We'll talk about what the kalpa is. It's just the beginning of this eon or this time. Yeah, and then there will be a deluge when everything will end. Yeah, we see it as creation and destruction, but somebody above us, the ocean, looks at it as one continuous thing. Got it? It's just a wave arising and falling in the same ocean. The ocean is there. If you look at the ocean from 40,000 feet above, it just looks like one big blue patch of water, continuous. Correct? Yeah. But when you are right at the shore, what do you see? Big waves. Can you see them from up there? Are you seeing this? So what is our view? It's narrow. Yeah. From being narrow-minded become broad-minded.
So can I put it in this way, like Lord Brahman consciousness is talking through Lord Krishna that I am literally everything, but it's your ego which you are thinking that he did this or he did this or I did this. You are separating it, but basically it's just me.
Perfect. That's a perfect summary. Yeah. So he is even life and death. Sukha, dukkha. Fear, fearlessness. Nothing but an emotion. Yeah? You come to a state where you become abhaya when there is no mind. Yeah? There is just no fear. What do you fear really?
Death.
What is your strongest fear?
Death.
It's not there only in your mind. Huh?
Fear of the unknown.
After
Fear of the unknown is the biggest fear. Yeah? And what are the parent-child relationship they have? From this fear of the unknown, little babies, baby fears come out. What are they? Fear of failure.
fame, defame.
Yeah.
Stage fright.
What will he say is infamy. What will she say? This is not a baby, this is a big fat baby you have. What will people say? Yeah. सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग? The biggest disease is what will people say? Yeah. It's nothing, it's all offshooting from the fear of the unknown. That same fear is called the fear of death, really. You may say, I don't fear death. Yeah. But really there is something inside, a fear of, I don't know what is there beyond that. There is a fear hidden. It's the ego that is saying, oh no, it's not for me. He is afraid, she is afraid. Yeah? Ego covers up. Drop that ego and check. Oh yeah, there is this fear of unknown, this insecurity. I don't know what is there beyond. Yes, that is why we have all these concepts about death. Oh, this will happen, that will happen. Nothing will happen. You are going to be intact. It's as simple as getting out of orange and white and wearing blue. There is no pain. You do not experience death at all. Because you do not die. The body dies. And the body faints before death. You know this, right? First you faint. Have you ever fainted in life?
Yeah.
Can you experience anything when you fainted? Somebody tickling you, somebody pulling your nose. Can you experience it?
No.
How will you experience death? It's not possible. You do not experience death. You watch too many movies and too many people dying in the movies. That's it. And you think, oh my God, what will happen when this happens? It's nothing. You do not experience death. Just like you did not experience birth. Did you experience birth? Do you have any memory coming out of a very small little narrow tunnel?
No.
You do not experience birth and you do not experience death because both happen in a deep sleep state. That is the law of nature. What a relief, no? Yeah? So you do not have to fear anymore.
When you said you do not experience death, if I may take that sentence, what do you mean by when you say you? Then the next sentence you said, because the body dies, you don't die. So when you say you, are you talking about the self?
Yeah, the Purusha, the self. You will not even experience the pain that you think that you are going to experience because the body faints before death. You go into a deep sleep state. Like in the night, you go to sleep. Do you experience anything in the night?
No.
When you're in a deep sleep, you're totally gone. Not when you're in a dreaming state. In a dreaming state, when I come close to you, you will wake up. I don't even have to call out to you. Have you realized that? But in a deep sleep state, you're totally bonkers, gone. Yeah, light switched off. Yeah, similar switch off happens before death. Got it? So just like you don't remember your own birth, you will not experience death. Yeah, you will only find yourself on the other side.
So when you say that last impression, that means it's before fainting.
It's before fainting. It's just the fear mostly. I'm going to die. Oh, you know, in that locker there is like $1 million. I had hidden it from you. The locker number is 754. You faint before you complete your last sentence. What did I do? I held on to that impression of money. Where am I going to be born? In my locker room. Little mosquito trap inside that locker. Yeah.
So when people die in a lot of pain and they're given morphine and this and that to curb that pain, are they not dying with that painful experience?
No.
They're not.
They don't. They are totally in that deep sleep state takes over before death. You think because you are watching that person who is going through pain, looking at somebody dying, what happens to you?
You don't
You
you
start
don't want
thinking
them to
you are going to die.
No, you don't want them to suffer.
You don't realize it. That is what you're unconscious. You have to be conscious. If you're conscious, you'll recognize, oh, it's the fear of unknown that is happening to me. Just by watching the other person die, a fear of unknown starts and the sensation starts. This happens at the speed of light. When you are near that person dying or near a dead body. This entire processing happens at the speed of light. Calculating happens at the speed of light. You only recognize a sensation which is the fear of unknown. And you think it is because I'm concerned about the other person. You have to go within and check. It is the fear of unknown. That insecurity. It is a reminder that you are going to die. Yeah? If it is not a reminder, then you really need to work on yourself. You are missing out the only indication God is giving to you again and again by other people dying around you, that you are not permanent. He's giving you the sign of truth, and only the unlucky and the unfortunate ones miss out on this sign. Recognize that fear of unknown and go with it. Go deep in it. When you go deep in it, you will observe your mind shuts off. That's the moment you can experience pure no mind naturally, without meditating, without making an effort. God's way of bringing you to that state of no mind is a reminder of my own death. Have you been to a funeral? You see? Yeah. Just observe what happens to the mind. It stills. For a moment, there's a shock-like state and there's complete stillness. Why is that shock there? It is God's reminder to you, you are going to face this one day. And if you miss it, it is because of your ego. You're really unfortunate. You really need to work on yourself. Recognize it's just fear of unknown. Go deep into it. That's the best time to meditate. When somebody passes away, or you are at a funeral, or even when you just hear on the phone, somebody passed away. An immediate shock. Have you noticed that? At least you're aware of that shock, that sensation. That is the time to just close your eyes and meditate and go deep into that fear. Just like I told you to go deep into your anger, it's the same biochemical reaction in a different kind of sensation. Now you go deep into that fear. Yeah. That is an opportunity to experience the no mind.
So it doesn't matter the way of death. Death is death.
It doesn't matter. You do not experience death. So drop this fear. You will not know. Clear? Yeah? Vayam cha, vayam eva cha. We completed this sutra, right?
What's Evacha?
And also.
So the summary in this sutra is, I am all this.
I am all this. I'm Buddhi, I'm Jnanam, I'm Vasamoha, I'm Shama, I'm Satyam, I'm Damaha, I'm Shama, I'm Sukham, I'm birth and death, and Bhayam and Abhayam.